What man, we should put a thread up. Chat, when you first off, I'm curious if people here watch podcasts or listen to them. But how many of them are structured, I guess, right? Where they're like, okay, the first 15 minutes we're going over the Reddit or whatever, and then the next 20 minutes we're talking with a guest, and then 15 minutes after that, we're doing, the Daily Jinx section or whatever it is. I don't know. But is there like, yeah, what type of format do those types of things have? Like, or is it just, I don't even know, is the Joe Rogan Experience, does that have a format, or is it just like an hour of fucking asking questions to the guy and having a conversation?
I don't think the Joe Rogan one is formatted now.
The good ones are structured. That was my thought as well, is that like there's probably like a good idea to be found on some of these podcasts out there where they give a certain amount of time at the start for, whatever, and then after that they move into this, and then I don't know, it can be stupid shit, but yeah. All podcasts are formatted, but few are scripted. Yeah, that's too bad. There's a lot of good scripting ideas.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsors, news, viewer questions. Oh, man.
I unbanned MrGirl from the subreddit last night. What do you think's gonna happen?
Nothing, because I'm pretty sure fucking the junior moderators we have will ban them instantly over and over and over again. At least that's what they're threatening to do. So I guess we'll.
Oh, forethought setting made it impossible for him to get shot.
Oh. Okay. Well, what do I think will happen? Well, I covered this before. I think there's only two options. Either he's gonna not come back, or he'll kind of. Well, I guess that's obvious. He'll come back, or he won't. But he needs to come up with a good. He needs to come up with a good reason to come back. Like for someone who really says, like, "Hey, I stick to my morals. They're everything." Not my morals, but like what I say is what I'm going to do. I feel like if he was just to come back without a good reason, people are like, "Oh, so you're back. So what you said didn't mean anything," and that would be very not in line with the stuff he preaches, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What is Have you ever watched Cumtown or listened to it? I guess
no, but it's I think a really, really, really popular podcast, right?
Yeah, I'm curious how they do it because it also seems to be really funny from stuff that I've heard.
A little edgy, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's a good thing to follow, I suppose, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
They say the N word edgy.
Would you do that?
If you did it
How
first.
do they not get in trouble? Aren't they commies? How are they allowed to do that?
I don't think they are commies. Chapo Trap House is the commie one.
Oh, Cumtown's not?
No.
Oh. I thought they were.
Did we ever get any more information on what happened to Virgil, or did that guy just get canceled and like disappear off the internet forever?
I'll say this: that guy, of all the ways to handle whatever even happened, he was like texting with someone who was younger or something. That wasn't even like an insane level 11 one. Like that would be like the Jeffrey Dahmer. He was like raping people left and right. At least that's what I remember. Is like I thought he was. Am I wrong on this? I thought he was texting like an underage person.
Was he? Does anybody know?
Let me go see what the scandal is. Let me do a quick Googling. Okay. Virgil, Texas is accused of grooming a teenager. What does teenager mean? Let's see.
What does grooming mean? Does it mean he was just talking to a teenager? That's probably what that means.
When I was a teenager, I thought Virgil, Texas was very funny, someone tweeted, beginning her thread. I asked him to proofread an essay I submitted for a website and emailed it to him. The essay was about turning 16.
This sounds like if somebody sent me this, I'd be like, "Nice try, dude," and then I would just block them. That's
yeah, and this fucking dude fell. I'm like thinking to myself, like, dude, are you fucking serious? You fell for this? Why? Anyways, after talking, Seberg said she and Texas exchanged phone numbers and texted late at night when she was alone in her bedroom. She said they eventually began FaceTiming and often talked about his alleged girlfriend at the time, Marie. After Calloway left the picture, the FaceTimes increased. I believe that we were in a long-distance adult relationship, as he requested things of that nature from me. What things? Seberg didn't want to give explicit details of what happened during those calls, but she said, I think you get the idea, and it was traumatizing me for many years. Okay. What else? Hold on.
Wait, what was the traumatizing part?
Well, she doesn't think she needs to say.
Wait, what? Oh, Lewis,
No,
if you want to
literally.
hop into Discord, you can. Wait, what did she say? What was the...
No, literally, like, she thinks she got the idea of what was traumatizing. She didn't say. She literally doesn't say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Queen, yes! Wait. No, it's not. No, was that... No, I don't think so.
She also said that Virgil told her she had a nice chest,
Based.
and not the word he used, for her age.
When she was
After-
16 or older?
I guess 16, because the article was on turning 16, so
Oh, okay.
I assume that already happened. After Virgil allegedly lost interest in her, Seberg said she went to college, where she began to realize how abnormal their alleged relationship was on her health.
What was the relationship again? Just texting a lot?
Dude, this is actually... Can I say I feel... No, I don't want to say anything here, but it's little... I feel like these are one of those things that if this happened to on a Prime K's thing, you would be there kind of saying some things, that's all. He fucked with my head at a very young age, and now I realize that even though he is much more successful than he was when I met him, it's still disgusting. She said, before adding in another post, that she refuses to excuse him for his abuse of me. She said she came forward with her story after the Daily Caller inquired about their relationship, after she saw Texas sharing a platform with AOC and Chelsea Manning. I was terrified for weeks and felt disgusted because an awful publication was talking to me about my trauma to monetize it, she said of the Daily Caller. I started feeling like anything I ever said against him would immediately label me as a conservative pro-Trump.
Oh my god, dude.
Seberg's testimony was met with mixed reactions. Many thanked her for coming forward and applauded her bravery in doing so. Oh my god. She ended her thread by thanking those who followed along and urged all women in his path to stay incredibly cautious. And that was the end of Virgil, Texas, right there. So the allegation here, if I'm missing this, if I'm not missing this, was...
Somebody's saying you missed the part where when she was 16 he asked for nudes, I guess.
Well, that's not in this article.
Oh, well.
Hold on. I have to go find the article here. Nudes. Well, I'm not using...
It's not going to say nudes.
I'm just going to read her tweets, because this is the whole thread. It's not too long. When I was a teenager, I thought Virgil, Texas was very funny. I asked him blah, blah, blah. We talked a bit. He lived in New York, blah, blah, blah. After talking, we shared phone numbers. He had a girlfriend, yada, yada, yada. Eventually, Justin lost interest in me, but not after telling me I had a nice chest, not the word I used for my age, blah, blah, blah. Went to college during college, yada, yada, yada. I recalled after Marie left New York, Virgil started FaceTiming more often, and if I remember correctly, school was not in session for me, and I could stay up late on FaceTime with him. I recall that this was around the time of Rebel Girl and Sam Hyde performed. I don't want to give explicit details of what happened over FaceTime. But I think you get the idea, and it was traumatizing. For many years.
So here, this is what I don't like about stuff like this. Do you know what it sounds like?
I'm almost afraid to say anything.
Well, it sounds like she was just really into him, and then they tried kind of, sort of, doing some long distance thing. Maybe not even, but just like chatting for a while, and then he wasn't, and now she's like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna get it back at him. I'm gonna get back at him by saying that he tried to do weird shit or whatever. That's what it feels like.
Well, I would feel a lot stronger if she, like, called out, like, hey, like, I was, doing nude shit with this guy. You know what I mean? Because Virgil, Texas was, mid-20s or something at this point. So, but, yeah, I don't know. Who the fuck can know with this shit? But anyways, the whole point of this is that fucking Virgil, talk about handling a situation like this as, I think, as bad as possible.
Well, didn't he literally just go silent, not say anything, and leave everything?
Yeah, exactly.
Because when he does that, now I'm like, holy shit, he must have fucking, like, met a girl. Like, it seems like the worst thing in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the only thing that, like, either that or he's just a fucking moron. I don't know. Right? Because, man, that's just not the right way to handle this situation. Like, either you give in and, do your pound of flesh, or you fight, or I guess you do it. Act like nothing happens. Like what's his face, the Twitch guy. Yeah. So those are the options you have, and he just fucking disappeared into the ether, which was not expected there. But man, the funniest part of this whole thing, I know you know what that is.
What, that she's a communist or something, or what?
No, that fucking Virgil was on the show with Bree, right? And now in Bree, I think still to this day, does not acknowledge any. Like, if this person, who I suppose is, I'm guessing, is like a champion of women's rights and Me Too and all this other shit, had her co-host do this and like will not talk about it to anyone. Sure. I'm guessing. I mean, at least that's what
Me Too. I think wasn't he on the one with Hassan? What a fucking loser! Fuck that guy. I'm glad he got taken down.
Oh yeah, he did. Didn't he come on Scuffed or something?
Yeah, right? I think he was something to argue over that when they made those really fucking weird homophobic Pete Buttigieg tweets.
Yeah.
He was defending them. Oh no, fuck, that was Felix. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay. Anyways, but I think right now, if you still search on Twitter and you search for him, there's still people being like tweeting Bree, being like, "Hey, where's Virgil?" She's still not answering. God, what a fucking shit situation to be in too. And I think that podcast was making bank, wasn't it?
Yeah, all of them were, but that was in the heyday of like the progressive online shit. I think it all kind of collapsed when Bernie was done, basically. I don't know if any of those people are as big as they were anymore. Like that Bree woman was fucking huge. The Chapo Trap House is probably still fairly big, is it? What do they make on Patreon now? Is it public, or do they hide all their information finally?
Let's take a look-see. Chapo Patreon. So $161,000 a month.
Nice. Between how many people?
37,000.
Or no, I mean, I wonder how many people they pay out of that.
You mean how many people are on the old the payroll? Yeah. So what do these guys do? Just like, is it just like fucking edgy communist shit?
Yeah, I think so. Basically, yeah. Weren't they called like the scumbag left?
Isn't that like Bosch's thing?
Yeah, he was kind of part of it too.
Dirtbag
left, whatever. But it's supposed to be like, oh look, they're leftists, but they're cool because they're like homophobic and shit like we are, or just dumb shit like that. I don't know.
Bad Faith Podcast hides their revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all a nuclear blast does? These things cost a lot to make. Damn. I don't know if it's worth it.
Ooh.
What?
Wait, damn. Really? Oh, so the last... it's hard to know what they're making now. But the last time that their stats were available, they were making $30K a month. The Bad Faith Podcast. That was July of 21.
Nice. Do you have Spidertron? Almost. He's working. 38%.
Dazed Vivi. Feels like you're treating this situation very trivially. Are we? I don't feel like we are.
Oh, I am.
Oh, well, there you go. I guess you're right.
Oh, hold on. I saw this on the subreddit real quickly, too. Lauren Southern, whose marriage has already crashed and burned, a casualty of her insatiable hunger for attention. This Milo Yiannopoulos post. I don't regard the decline and fall of Lauren Southern with any joy. Lauren's whole life is lived through the lens of the men she is currently using. When she discards them, or more commonly is herself discarded, she turns them into hate figures to mitigate her shame. There is no Lauren, except for what is refracted through the men around her. This is why she can't sustain friendships or romantic entanglements. She's allergic to honesty and self-reflection and doesn't understand non-transactional relationships. She's the quintessential user. Please pray for her. I do often. One of the most irritating things to me is that when I like release manifestos for people, I do so much fucking work to like meticulously source everything, to make sure the context is there. I watch, listen to all sorts of dumb shit, etc., etc., etc. So Lauren made her little expose video or whatever. If Milo has proof of any of this, why not post it? It's always the thing that drives me crazy. Yeah, forethought. I read through the guy. I think the guy that posted this is like an obsessive. He's either a Milo fanboy or Lauren hater, because he was posting like schizo crazy shit. Or at least I thought he was. Wait, did I just make that up? Hold on. Oh, he might just be a... I can't tell if he's like a conservative or... Her kid is with her, but she basically ditches it with her parents. She's a horrible mother. Does he know? Does this guy live with Lauren? What does this mean? Hold on. I haven't even read some of these comments. Plenty of content creators do both. It's the ideal job when having kids. The comparison to Destiny's not the same at all, even in the closest. Destiny's child is at least with his mother in a stable environment. Lauren is with her parents. What? No offense to Nathan, but like, I feel like wouldn't Lauren leaving her, well, I don't know Lauren's parents, but like, wouldn't Lauren leaving her kid with her parents be theoretically a more stable environment than me having Nathan with his mom? Like, how is that an unstable environment? The truth probably is that she didn't want to get married or have kids, but being unskilled, uneducated, and lazy, realized this was the easy way out. Like, again, she was like an internationally recognized political figure, like what, like 20 years old? I don't understand this line of thought at all. That didn't pan out for her. She's addicted to attention and came back. However, she doesn't want the baggage of a kid or a husband, so she's ditched both.